Brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. We're on a new map today. That's right, Australia has just dropped. We're in a free-for-all, starting things off. There is full sending in this one, so we do have to be a little bit aware of that, but I really do enjoy our spot. It has a lot of promise to it. We only have one player below us. We could probably easily trap him in. Now, this map has obviously a little bit of caveat of nobody really knows where are the good spots to start and where to really go from there, but it kind of works the same as every other map. You try and get a corner and then push out from there. So this is going to be our goal. Now, Australia does have some unique boating opportunities that we're going to have to keep aware of. The southern less much so, because there is a little bit more of a divide, but we could still potentially get assaulted by boats. We'll have to keep an eye out to the seas. Now, we do have player below us and a Z-boy to the northwest of us, so obviously keeping an eye on him, but we're in growth phase. We'll see how big we can get here, and just if we can get any farther north, that'd be great. But let's start the bot phase right now, just going into as many bots as we possibly can, the ones that are all full sending, of course, and see what opportunities lie. We are maintaining a top 3. Actually, we get the crown off this, so that's great. Still a bit more room to grow. I'm a little bit worried about player getting too big, but I'm not going to really go into that bot right there without, it being worthwhile. Dang it. So we do manage to cut him off. Looks like our buddy down south's got a little problems of his own. We still have a little bit of opportunity up here in the north, so let's grab the rest of this. He's offering an alliance, but in all reality, we're never really going to be friends with him. We do get the crown back. I'll take an alliance with British Empire. I think I'd rather try and at least prevent him from becoming a gang-up target against us. So that is the hope there. Now, we can take advantage of potentially Confederate States, but honestly, I don't really feel like putting myself in that position, so we just kind of let that one go by. And the reason for that being is we didn't really have a ton of troops, and that would just be exposing us to another person. And at this point, I think we're better just saving up our troops and holding the line here. So that is what our plan is. And British Empire is going into player 376. Maybe it was a mistake not going over there, but it's fine. We're going to go into the British Empire. He's been weakened on troops, and this is kind of the position that I was afraid of being in. He's got a lot of people who have been saving up a little bit who might want to join in. The OG player has joined in. I was kind of hoping that Hail Gandhi would join in, but 737 has also joined in, so has player 278. We are getting now attacked by player. A little bit of an unfortunate maneuver there. So we're trying to save up to absorb a full send by British Empire. I want to get some more attacks in there, but I'm just a little bit afraid that the full send's going to hurt, but let's just go ahead and keep going. He full sends somebody else. Great news for us. He goes into Hail Gandhi, and we maintain a top 3 player spot. We'll take an alliance with player, mostly because I don't want to fight him right now. We are going to fight him later, but I'd prefer a little bit of an opportunity to save up, deal with this bot above us, and then go into potentially him as well. Netherlands wants us to go into 737. Definitely not in the cards right now. We just need to keep our head up on us and make sure that we don't lose too many troops in this assault. But now we'll go ahead and grab a little bit of land there. Some may say we're playing it a little bit too passively, but in a full send game, I think passiveness unfortunately gets you by a little bit farther than other games. So 278's going down. Interesting. We could go into him. He's wasting a lot of troops. We're at red interest. Yeah, let's go into him. I was debating whether to go into player or this guy. Ultimately, I'm deciding on player 278 because there's other people who might get involved, and also he's just a little bit weaker than player, but we're gonna have to deal with player here sooner rather than later. We're definitely not gonna be long-term allies in this one. So we'll go ahead and finish him off here, and there we go. We're maintaining 3rd overall. So again, not really changing too much of the position, but we're maintaining that position, so overall pretty effective. And we're at our red interest again, so let's go ahead and deal with this player issue we've been dealing with the whole game and start trying to take him down. It is going to be a little bit of a rough go. Unfortunately, Z attacks us. Kind of was not anticipating that one, to be honest with you. Yes, we didn't have an alliance with him, but I really thought Z was going to have some things to deal with, like Australia and the Unabomber above him, but he's really going into us. So let's see if we can try and get other people involved in this. These two, you as well, go in here. And yeah, we're big enough to absorb the attacks from player, but the 2 of them combined is going to be a real problem. So no one's charging in. I don't know who Z's was really hoping was going to help him here. Maybe it's Gandhi, which is a little bit concerning. So I would really love to take down player. We're just kind of in an awkward spot. Australia says he'll be in. Okay, then let's go. Give an attack there. We're getting attacked by 737 as well, so a very awkward spot for us to be in. Let's give an attack here as well, see if others want to go in. Netherlands has been signaling that he's wanted to, so we just got to get players to kind of help get players off of us and try and take care of one problem at a time. So yeah, 737's immediately going down, so he's kind of, we can assume that he's been dealt with. I'm almost done with player, and then I can turn my full attention into, yeah, there's the full send on us, not going to do too much damage. We can turn our full attention into Z with Australia, our good buddy, who's just really looking for a piece for some reason. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll finish off this guy, and then we'll finish up the bot over here and start working through Z priority. Actually, I want to make sure that we don't lose Australia as a teammate, and we keep this guy down. He's threatening to boom. We have the crown. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of this land. Z full sends us, quite unfortunate, but hey, we will absorb it and then move on. Netherlands has now attacked us. Okay, so another problem to deal with here, very unfortunately. But we are in second, or we actually have the crown, and we are at red interest, so all is not lost. We just need to, ooh, there's a big full send from the Unabomber into the OG player. Now, I could fight the OG player, but I don't think it's worth it, especially considering Netherlands is still here. So let's start working to take him out. We get a help from the big, sorry, that hurt. The big. And there's a full send on us. Quite unfortunate there that we got that, but we'll gain a little bit of land, and most importantly, remove an enemy from the board, and we'll gain it will come out of this positive, so all is not lost there. The only thing I'm worried about is Esperanto bordering me, but I think we're safe to just kind of start going through Senor Gandhi as well. Oh, there's a Corgi boy above us, so let's just start kind of working through him. We do have potentially friends in the big who's helped us out before, and Australia who's also helped out as well. So we'll keep fighting this. Corgi Vietnam is helping us in this fight. That is wonderful for us. And then player 760 also grabbed a little bit of land too. We do have to worry about Colonel for Ben. Oh, for Ben as well. So we'll finish off this guy as he does full send us there. And Vietnam wants an alliance. I'll take an alliance here because I do think we're going to have to build a coalition against the Colonel. And I think this starts with the three of us fighting down the big and just strengthening all of our causes, because he will not be able to join this fight unless Australia falls. And I'm a little bit concerned that Colonel is going to be able to take out player 760 and just be too strong. So let's go ahead and just kind of engage in this. Corgi Vietnam. Oh, there's a full send on Corgi Vietnam. That's really big for us. We're going to get a ton of land off of this. Vietnam is in a rough way though after that, so probably not the coalition partner we were hoping for. We really don't want to go through Australia. I'm going to try and take out Esperanto from the remainder of my land over here, just to kind of, oh wait, Corgi Vietnam full sent. Wasn't really anticipating that, to be honest with you, so we do miss out on a good chunk of it, and we have been full sent by Esperanto as well. We do have the crown, so we just need to, I was about to say, try and stop this. Australia fortunately isn't trying to grab any of the land. We can push back now. And now we need to start making our way over to the Colonel, hopefully with a lot of strength, hopefully with red interest, but that'll depend on, yet again, another full send probably coming our way. So we will jump in on this, grab this opportunity here, and now just immediately fight Colonel before he gets any of his troops back, try and get a little bit of an advantage on him. I'm hoping that Slovakia will help us out in this fight. Slovakia doesn't really have anybody else to fight, so it would make logical sense, but Australia could turn on us, but he's been signaling for peace for quite some time. And we are making gains on this guy by attacking at the end of the cycle here, while he's attacking at the beginning of the cycle, so we're wearing him down in troops. We're getting the bonus back, and we're able to kind of keep recovering from this. He's also foolishly sent a boat in there, or maybe that's Slovakia, but there's a full send on us, a really devastating time for a full send. Australia's going to get all the land. Are we going to maintain the crown after this? We need this to stop. We got to get it to stop. Okay, so we maintain the crown. Very good. Australia's once again voting for peace. He's kind of in the middle. I don't really want to attack a long-term ally, so I'm pretty happy to go with a peace here. So we'll say GG's to all involved on this one, and we'll peace out of our first game here in Australia. So GG's, and we'll go on to the next game. right, next game up is going to be a 71 player teams battle here in Australia. Once again, you know, it's a new map. We're going to want to give it a go. We're on the blue team here. I think I saw a couple of Corgi boys somewhere nearby. I really don't like this spot, especially with another blue player on top of us. Let's see if we can try and find a new spot. I would love to chase people away. The blue team is not really consolidated any part of the map, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we can potentially hold this spot and do pretty well for ourselves. So we do have a lot of neighbors, especially right away. But if we play our cards right and use some teamwork, we'll be able to take care of these guys rather quickly. So that is the overarching goal. So we'll just try and get bigger than our neighbor here. The player 542 is asking for an alliance. We don't want to give that alliance. I don't really like giving alliances in team games in general, but especially not in the beginning, because what that means for that person is I'm free to overexpand and try and grab a lot more land, and I'd much rather keep him a little bit wary of me so that he slows down his expansion and we can kind of keep pace with him a little bit more. So we'll keep expanding, going through these bots. Unfortunately, kind of having to wait for them to all attack at the right time, and the green team is definitely going to be a threat to us. I would love to be able to get down to that player down south of us, but unfortunately we're blocked off by 542. So let's build up our strength here. We do have a Darking Bog on the Corgi team that we could potentially team up with. I do see Macedonian Emperor is pretty weak at this point. And player 238 is going into the Vanderleeren guy I was wanting to attack. What might be a good move is just boating up here and trying to grab this land. We have a U-Pro bro over here who could potentially help, and Can's definitely wasting a lot of troops trying to get this done. We should not give him the time to save up, because he will definitely be a threat to us, as we're in 39th position. There's a full send, and he was in 6th. So let's push through this, try and grab as much land as possible. Pro is not going into it, understandably. He's a little bit on the weak side in terms of troops, but we will now border Truth from the green team. And we're in 6th place, so we're not exactly going to be a pushover, but we might have to be a little bit of a wedge here for who is unknown, as we don't really have a champion on the blue team. We're the champion ourselves, so that's not really going to be a realistic possibility. Let's try and save up, get to our red interest. Truth is just got full sent though. It might be worth going into him, but honestly, I'd much rather consolidate land over here with the rest of our blue team rather than pushing further into the green team, where they have backups of green team, and that could be really detrimental to us. So we're almost at 1 million, which is great. That's kind of the mark that people leave you alone. We'll help finish off this guy who just full sent. Grab that land. Now, again, being at 1 million, yeah, I think I agree with you, Pro. Let's go into Truth, start knocking him down a little bit. Now, we do need to be cautious of the Greek player down below us. He's got a 1.2 million, and I definitely don't want to mess around with that, especially having all 2 borders with green players already. Fortunately, oh yeah, 238, I was going to say, is fortunately going into one of those players, but he's now getting attacked on multiple fronts himself, so we have to kind of do this alone and do this smart so we don't touch that Greek player. We'll keep knocking this guy down. We do have U-Pro to help us, but he's got problems of his own to deal with, so it's a little bit of kind of pulling on strings here to make sure that we don't pull out the whole thing all at once. So we'll keep attacking Truth until we get close to the Greek player, and we are actually pretty close on that southern border. So maybe I'll turn around here and try and help take out this guy over here. Ah, dang it, we're going to touch that guy regardless, and he's going to immediately start attacking us. Well, he does have that OG player down to his south. So let's start getting down here. We actually get access to this full send, so that is a nice little gain for us. As the blue team's now kind of turned around its fortunes, we have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th biggest places on the board. So we'll grab the rest of this land, approach it with strength, knowing that we have a little bit of help on just about every one of our enemies. But let's go ahead and try and take down this guy that can hopefully full send and give everybody on the blue team a little bit of land. Yes, the player on the black team, Android user 740, is also helping out with us. So I'm not sure if he's friend or foe, but we'll use his help for right now, as we'll finish up the rest of this guy here. And now it becomes a question of where do we go next. And honestly, your pro bro is kind of gone, and we go into him, we'll get another 1 million. Let's go into this bot. Let's just make the easy decision. Try and strengthen 238 as well. Dark Bog is wanting help up north. Okay, so that looks like that is... Yeah, he's attacking through 3-8. We definitely need to get involved there. So let's start trying to take down this guy. Unfortunately, having to sacrifice you, Bro, in the way, and we do get full sent by Macedonia, but our blue team is there to get a good chunk of it back. So let's just keep focusing in on what we can control. Fortunately, one of our blue teammates is coming up through Wyme. He's also sharing the board with... the player on the white team, but we've taken care of the north. We solidified our options a little bit better, and now I think we can go into truth a little bit more optimistically. Now this will give us borders on the player on the white, but we do want those borders to prevent our blue teammate from going down. So that is our goal right now, is just taking out truth, and then we are getting attacked by the player on the white. We've been full sent by truth, so let's just try and double this up. Let's see if we can get the RU player to attack, and he does. So let's work together, try and take down this guy once and for all. Now we do have to worry about kind of the wild cards in the middle of the black team. They don't really have an allegiance seemingly to everybody, and they could really start to do some damage to our team. Same with the red as well. We just kind of need to unite our front, as we're very much scattered everywhere. And yes, the OG guy is taking advantage of our guy going down. The RU player, I think, is strong enough. He's not really attacking that much. He should be strong enough to finish off this guy by himself. I want to be able to get in here and protect our teammates, so I'm just going to leave this fight and try and protect 238, as we need to just buy time for this RU player. He's going to be our champion regardless. So we really need to jump in here and try and save the remnants of the team by attacking this OG guy. Now the RU player is doing pretty well. He's fighting this bot now, so let's just go ahead and try and get this bot off our borders and speed this along, because he's moving incredibly slow for someone who's got 6 million troops and is getting donated to pretty frequently. So just finish that up. We're done with the white. Now we can go into the OG player. Let's start heavily working on him. RU's now finally started to take control. We just again are trying to play a little bit of peacemaker, but let's speed things up here, because the red team could start to make some big impasses against our team. There's a full send by the OG guy. Perfect. Let's start working on this guy. Just trying to feed, at this point, more and more land to the crown. That is our overarching goal, as well as playing protectorate, but we are not really in a position to play protectorate anymore, so we just need to feed him land, and how we do that is by trying to get this player on the green team to full send us. And our crown did get full send, but Sam Da Vinci is down there as well to grab land. Let's keep going with this guy, keep knocking him down, get the RU player over into the west where he can start doing some damage. And now we take the fight to the Anaconda guy and start working him down. And this should all but be set at this point, as we have 70% of the land. We've been full sent once again, perfectly fine with that. And now we can just let our buddy try and keep Dark alive as the RU guy finishes things up. So that will do it for this match and for today. Hope you guys had a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, hey, give a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. I put up videos every day, but boys, I will see you in the next one. And a special thank you to all of my members, with a shout out to producers Chris Mitchell, Kevin Andy Stamps, Icy, Christopher Ryans, American Patriot, Quagsire Lover 32, and executive producers Miskits, The Mallard, A137, Mason / Aurelius, Rob Drake, Rob Coleman, Uther Ekana, Noob Rex, Brock Lowry, Daniel Stevens, Sakari Scarlett, Morwin, Ogan Gabriel, Maverick149, Jeremy Daniels, Crushland, and Austin. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.